Good morning. My name is Kola Adebisi Bolarinwa, your usual producer from Divine Pen Inspirational and Counseling Messages. And you are welcome back to today's edition of Sunday Special, which normally comes up every Sunday of the week. It is quite different from the daily inspirational guide that we used to give you every Monday to Friday of the week. That is divine inspirational and counseling messages ideas. But this one took off last week. That was when we had a discussion about the power of resurrection. If you could remember, we explained a lot of things that you need to make them rise up again in your life. That was the last edition titled The Power of Resurrection. And the program is Sunday Special. Yesterday was Saturday. We don't normally have Saturday programs. So from Divine Pen, Inspirational and Counseling Messages Assembly, I welcome you all to today's edition of Sunday Special titled Be a Good Servant. Be a good servant. When I said be a good servant, it will appear to some people as if someone is trying to tame you with all the power, with all the qualities, with all the abilities given to you. It will appear to you as if we are trying to tame you and turn you into a servant and be serving others. Whereas it is not like that. My brothers and sisters at home, the viewers, I'm talking to the whole world in generally. Sorry, I'm talking to the whole world in general. That is, if you are a Christian, you are also related. If you are a Muslim, you are also related. Even the traditional worshippers. Because this Sunday special is a special program to enlighten us, to shed more light on what has been the major device that has been shedding away a lot of information to some ideas. Now, as today's topic says, be a good servant. Who is a servant? To our ordinary dictionary, let's relate to the Oxford Dictionary. A servant is someone that is supposed to serve for a particular items, emoluments, or remuneration. At times, serving may not involve any form of emoluments, remuneration. It may due to over service that you have pledged. Even in the olden days, if someone is serving as a servant, they believe his or her forefathers have been captured and they are to serve for those that captured them. But my brothers and sisters, the viewers at home, to you this morning, be a good servant. Why is it that some people, they have the belief that immediately they rise to the top, nobody can control them again? Nobody can bend their lines again. They become a dictatorship. They become a tyrant. They perform to so many people to the extent that people will be finding ways of wrestle them down with their power. It is because you fail to serve. Being a leader does not mean that you cannot serve. Being a front runner does not mean that you cannot join those that are following. You teach them and at the same time learn from them. Being a dictatorship does not mean you too cannot sit among those that are listening and at the same time listen also. Why? Is it that some leaders are unable to go ahead from where they are today? Why is it that some leaders are unable to achieve more than what they have achieved today? Why is it that some front runners cannot gain more than what they have gained before? It is because they fail to be a servant. Being a servant does not mean you are suffering. Being a servant to someone does not mean you are dwelling in poverty, you are dwelling in problem. It is only you that will sit down, think of yourself, why do I need to be a servant? Why do I not need to be a servant? That is the question I'm asking you today. The viewers at home, my imam, my ava, whatsoever you call yourself, who are you? Are you a leader or a servant? Let me tell you this morning, any leader in this world, in any position, who fails to act as a servant at some levels will eventually fail as a leader. You will eventually fail as a leader. Try to serve at times, even if you are leading. Know the feelings. Know what it takes to be a servant so that you'll be able to maintain the position so as not to drop back to where you were before. Now, I'm now asking you, the viewers, the leaders at home, my brothers and sisters, the pastors, the sisters in Christ, imam, sheikh, sayyida, or whatsoever you call yourself. Be a leader and at the same time serve as a servant. That is the only weapon. That is the only method. That is the only instrument that can easily implement your proposed objectives in life. If you are only leading and not trying to serve at all, you will eventually fail. Now, let's look at 3 ways in which one can serve and which will eventually benefit the person serving and those that you are being served. We have 3 types in which a leader can transform his leadership traits and perform as a follower. If you are a leader today, please try to learn this. 1, serving to serve yourself. Serving to serve yourself. How do you serve your seat and at the same time you are serving yourself? If you are a director, a proprietor in a reputable company, and you have those that are working for you, There are some times you too should try to forget the post you are occupying. Just join those that are serving you, walk along with them. When they see you, you become a charismatic tonic to them. You become a charismatic tonic to them, and they acquire more abilities to move ahead. They develop more knowledge from you to move ahead. And what are the benefits of serving yourself? You become a charismatic tonic to them, and it will change their life, and it will also improve your production. Two, you too will learn more knowledge from those you are peering with as you are serving yourself, because no knowledge is lost in life. Number two, serving to be a master. In this criteria, if you are an apprentice or you are trying to learn in any way so as to gain more knowledge, you too, you must perform yourself as a servant. Do not go beyond your master. Somebody in undergoing the practice of Islamic education to learn more, or somebody in a church doctrine to become a pastor, you are supposed to ready to bend down for your master, learn more ideas from him, and gain more knowledge. Number three, serving to gather knowledge and have better avenue. How do we serve to gather more knowledge? How do we serve to gather more knowledge? We serve to gather more knowledge in order to improve our own special area of life. We serve to gather knowledge and having better avenue. Let me give you now. This is the particular area I want you and I want us to take note. Try to do this. If you are a director in a company, if you are a sheikh of Islamic group, if you are a pastor in a church, whatsoever you are directing as a director, try to do this at least once in a month or twice in a month. The vicinity you are leading as that director, surrender all the weapons, all the charismas, all the qualities, word fashion that you have there. Surrender it. Move to where else that you are not well being known. Join them as just followers. Join them as somebody trying to serve. When you get there, have your details with you. What are the details that you should have with you? The written items, your materials that you will need to acquire more knowledge from those people. When you get there, study their system of operation, study how they are managing their resources, study the behavior of their leader. You have the copy, you write everything down. Do you understand that now? So when you gather all this, you now go back to where you are serving as a leader. You compare your own activities with their own. If there are things that you need to add, you add. That is how a good leader can succeed in life. You don't just sit down and believe that so far you have become the director, so far that you are the managing director, So far that you are the general overseer of this church, you have over 1,000 followers, your thought is that it has ended there. Stop believe that you are the chief imam or sheikh of a particular group and you believe that it's all over. That's the end of the world. You still need external forces to impart you more knowledge. You still need external hands to push you forward. Yoruba used to say that bí èèyàn ò bá dé oko bàbá ẹnìkan rí yóò sọ pé kò sí irú oko bàbá tòun. Don't believe with all your abilities. Don't believe with all your qualities. Don't believe with all your power. With the post you are in, you are the best. Some people are somewhere else. You might have not heard their name before. But when you do researches, when you find out, you will see that they are more super than you. My brothers and sisters, the viewers at home, the Christians, the Muslims, every one of us, the traditional worshippers, everyone in this world. If it is for a day, try to be a servant to someone, to something, or to your God. It is only when you try to be a servant, you learn things that are still needed to be a leader. What type of servant are you? My brothers and sisters, it is good to serve and at the same time to lead. That is why majority of our leaders fail today. That is why majority of the people fail today. That is why majority of the company collapse today. That is why majority of the general overseers, the preachers, imam, sheikh, or any one of them fail today. They only see their picture as a leader. They don't want to learn as a follower. And at times, mingle with a follower will gather more knowledge for you. Sharing with a follower will share you more knowledge. And it will boost your morale. It will boost your charismatic. It will boost your knowledge to lead in some other ways. This morning, as your Sunday special, I'm charging you. Whatsoever you are doing, whatsoever the position you are holding currently, whatsoever the ability that you have, whatsoever the qualities that you possess, put it aside. Learn from those that are lower to you. Learn from those that are following you. You can still gather more knowledge and add to the ability that you have already been given before. And number two is learn from other leaders. That is why I say serving to gather knowledge and having better avenue. It is only when you try to be a good servant and at the same time to be a good leader that you can become a permanent director, a permanent general overseer, a permanent chief imam, a permanent sheikh, a permanent pastor. Try to serve and at the same time try to lead. Being a leader does not mean that you should not learn how to serve. So try to be a good servant. That is the information that I have for you this morning from Divine Pen Inspirational and Counseling Messages Assembly for your Sunday special. I pray that the blessing, the mercy, and the adoration of the Almighty God shall be your portion. And at the same time, you shall not have the cause to cry in your life. I pray for every one of us. The pandemic menace, COVID-19, shall not be our portion until we meet next week Sunday for another program, Sunday Special. And at the same time, don't forget that our daily devotional inspirational talk will start tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. to 8:30. Join us on our YouTube for normal guidelines, divine inspiration and counseling messages. You click that on YouTube and you shall meet us. Stay clear, stay healthy, enjoy yourself until we meet Sunday. Bye bye. The usual counselor, Kola Adebisi Bolari, was saying bye bye to you and see you next week Sunday.